smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.
It was a wet and windy night, but I'm completely dry. And that's my view. Just before 7, finishing off the path to Whatton, and then we go from there. Good morning, day 3 of this twinning town walk. It was very wet, very cold last night, but I was dry and warm in my tent, so it's okay. I had an owl sitting in the tree above my tent, so I had to listen to that for an hour or so. But we're back up, we're off, and today will get us right to the edge of London, I think. It's been another long day. Yesterday was 22 miles, today is going to be 22 miles, so just got to get through the miles. So let's see where the day takes us. Pretty early on you come out to a bypass where people are driving into the sun, so I've got to be careful. Walking through a bit of a park, it looks like, before we get to Whatton. Coming into Whatton-at-Stone, over the River Bean, and coming up to the High Street. Again, we pass by another church. It's a ploughed field, but a well-trodden path, so very good. Through a light wood. Not a bad walk across this field. Clearly got a path. Over the River Bean again, as in Billy Bean. And I think I turn again into another church, St Mary the Virgin in Stapleford. Just following the River Bean. It's fairly fast flowing, not very deep. Don't have many cows, so I'll have to make do with ducks. So I'm on something called Waterford Heath. I'll follow the river for a bit and eventually get to Hertford. Just passed a sign saying the River Bean was a chalk river. There's some ridiculous stat of 70 or 80% of the chalk rivers in the world are all in this tiny corner in the east of England. Coming in through some of the suburbs of Hertford, which is the county town of Hertfordshire. Just leaving Hertford, but it's bin day today. Loads of bins out. Just going over one of the main lines into London. I presume this is the Liverpool Street line. We're just following the railway line. I can hear trains occasionally, can't see them. But this path, yeah, it's a path. I don't think it's used very often. After following the railway for a mile or so, we come out into this open landscape. Not really a path, I imagine a few dog walkers do this, but pointing this way. Just passing through Bayford. It's a very small village. Following the outside of this large fenced off area. Not quite sure what it is. A little bit of road walking between two villages to get to a path on the other side of the village. Today seems to be a load of bridleways, so you make good progress, but there's not much to see. A bit of a puddle. Oh well. We were in East Herts, now I'm well in Hatfield, which is where I'm from. This is a rather grand entrance to something called Heronswood. Walking through a tiny place called Ponsbourne, which looks like it's all horses and ponies and things. Hello. Hello. Newgate Street, very small, but it's a village, but it does have its own church and its own pub. This is the land of surveillance. Just an incredible amount of rubbish by the road. People are just throwing it out of the cars, presumably. The route has taken me through a gated community in Cuffley, where, yeah, it's expensive. A nice wooded path just between two sets of arable fields leading into, well, it's probably a couple of miles away, but leading into Potter's Bar. An unusual village sign. Don't normally get something quite so beautiful. What's very clear as I get closer to London is you can see the impact of more and more money. Larger houses, bigger estates, security, horses, the cars. Yeah, it just gets more and more. Through some open land, coming into the back of Potter's Bar. Going the length of Potter's Bar High Street under the train station and keeping going. We've taken slightly the wrong route. Now this is a footpath over the M25. So officially inside London. Day 2.5, 2 3/4, straight over the M25 and straight into a field with horses. How times have changed. This was the Great North Road, so it's just reclassified as a little A road now. The last 3 or 4 miles have been on something called the London Loop. Last piece for the day is walking through some parks in the Barnet borough.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.